least the street we were on, it flooded. Like we saw cars getting stuck, and we had went out to like a mall. I think it was Two Rivers Mall. We were coming back, and it just started raining nonstop, and I just saw like all the roads were so flooded. Like I was worried that we was gonna get water in our vehicle just because our driver was trying to get us back to our Airbnb. So what's up, YouTube? Hope everybody's doing well. Brother Derek here, checking in with another video, and I'm just gonna jump right into it. But actually, before I jump right into it, let me take it back a little bit. It's gonna give you guys a little context. So me and my wife been here since December. We've been here just relaxing, but also we came here for investment purposes. We're real estate investors from upstate New York, and that's what we do. We buy rental properties, fix them up, and we rent them out, and that's how we're able to make money. And doing that type of business allows us to be able to make money and travel, and we don't have to necessarily be where our rentals are. So we came to Nairobi, Kenya. We went to Arusha, and here we are. So I'm doing this video just to tell you guys the things that I don't like about Nairobi. You guys probably watched my other video about what I love about Nairobi, and I love a lot of things. So this is no disrespect against any of my fellow Kenyans or expats that move to Kenya, because I salute to y'all. Our goal is eventually move out here at some point. But we have to come fill it out and see how we like it. So this video is going to explain the things that I don't like about Nairobi, but this is my opinion. I'm still Americanized in many ways, so some of these things, I know people are gonna be in the comments saying this could be avoided if you don't gotta come here, and if you go to the U.S. and blah blah blah. And I'm not trying to compare this to the U.S. I'm just giving you my honest opinion about what I don't like about Nairobi. The first thing I'll say that I don't like about Nairobi is the traffic. The traffic is crazy. Like I have driven in Atlanta, Georgia, Virginia, Washington, D.C., New York City, and those are some of the worst places that I've personally driven myself in the United States. So coming here, the way I see that people drive, the traffic is bananas. It's crazy. Like and the surprising thing about it is I haven't seen I've seen one accident, and they weren't Kenyans. They were like Asians or Chinese people that had an accident, but I haven't seen any Kenyan or any people of color here in accidents. But the traffic, the way people drive is crazy. Like there seems to be no rules of the road. Like it's like the Wild Wild West. People just wherever they got to get to, however they got to get to where they got to get to, they're gonna take it. So I'm seeing people cutting people off, going in the other side of the traffic, on the other side of the road. People just be taking it, and I don't see many stoplights. Maybe it's me. We've been here for 2 months, and we've been in, Kilauea, and we've been, we've traveled around the city pretty well, from my opinion, but I didn't see too many traffic lights. But even if I did, I'm not even 100% sure if y'all or the people here gonna follow the traffic rules of the stoplights. So yeah, the traffic is crazy. I'm very nervous to ever drive here. I feel like I could do it, but I'm gonna have to get some lessons. So, traffic is a big issue here, and it's a lot of people too. It's very congested. Like I said in my other videos, Nairobi is very similar to New York City, in my opinion, as far as population and kind of how the traffic kind of moves. But it's still like something I've never seen before. So traffic is something I don't like. But I'm from a smaller city, and we don't have that much traffic. And when I go to other cities, I'm able to navigate. But traffic different here, y'all. So the second thing I would say is the roads and sidewalks. The roads are very rough. Not all of them, though. Not all of them. I'm not saying all the roads are bad, because there are a lot of good roads, and most of the roads are pretty paved, but we got on a good amount of rough roads as well, where you can see the rocks and the bricks is just broken, and I'm just seeing people swerving around that, which I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to mess my car up either. I would love to see, and I love to understand why maybe the city or the government hasn't put more money into fixing the roads. That's something that I don't know about. I don't know why. I spoke to a couple locals, and they told me that's the issue, is the funding isn't being put in certain places. But as a visitor, I'm not sure. I wouldn't know. But that's one of the things I don't like is some of the roads are really bad and some of the sidewalks are barely there or non-existent. So even like my wife, I'm here with my wife and our daughter, and there's no way we would possibly be able to, walk around with like a stroller. Like it's not happening because you'll be walking on the sidewalk, and then the sidewalk will just disappear. Like there's no sidewalk. You basically walking in the street. So it's just, it's kind of dangerous, and I would love to see, more sidewalks in place because this is a very big city. It's a lot of movement going on, so that means there's a lot of foot traffic. So I would like to see, maybe more sidewalks be put down and, maintenance for, foot traffic, being that this is a very, busy city with a lot of foot traffic. But hey, it is what it is. The third thing I'll say is flooding. When it rains here, y'all, it goes down. Like it rains really hard when it rains, and I noticed that certain streets, at least the street we were on, it flooded. Like we saw cars getting stuck, and we had went out to like a mall. I think it was Two Rivers Mall. We were coming back, and it just started raining nonstop, and I just saw like all the roads were so flooded. Like I was worried that we was gonna get water in our vehicle just because our driver was trying to get us back to our Airbnb. So he was just driving through it, and it was pretty high, y'all. So I'm like, I don't know how this water ain't getting in the car. And I saw a couple cars getting stuck, and thankfully, our apartment is on a hill. So when he drove up, we were able to drive and get out the car without like literally stepping into the water. Because I was seeing people like walking through the water. It's like past their ankles. It was pretty high up, y'all, like maybe to like your calves almost, or like below your calves, like under there. But either way, it was cars getting stuck, and I don't know if it's like a drainage issue or I don't know if maybe the drain just got just filled, or they just can only handle so much water at a time. But either way, that's definitely an issue. And I met a couple locals that told me that like certain suburbs flood pretty bad, like Sioki Mound gets flooded here and there. So it's just an issue here that it's an issue, but it is what it is. So that's one thing. The fourth thing I'll say is certain things are overly priced, like used cars. They don't make cars here, from my understanding. They don't make cars here, so a lot of cars come from Japan. So like you'll see a lot of Toyotas, Hondas, Nissans, all those things. You don't see many American cars. I haven't seen a Chevy at all, or Ford, anything. I haven't seen any American cars, but I've seen plenty of Japanese cars, and I was told that they have to get imported. But either way, the prices for these used cars are very high. Like I was looking at some used cars, and I'm like, this is almost as much as a brand new car in the U.S. Like, so I don't know if it's the import tax or what it is, but certain things are priced are overpriced, and I feel like that's because of them being imported, and I guess a lot of things are being made here. But that's one of the things that we don't like, that we'll have to experience if we live here and buy a car. That's what you have to do. You probably will have to do with me. If you have a family, you will need a car, but if you're just like a single dude, you'll probably be all right. You can get a boat. You get boat, Uber is here. You can get on a bike, and they'll drive you around. You good. You can hop right off. But if you got like a family, like us, we got a baby. We need a car. We can't necessarily be dependent on Uber, boat to get around. Like we need a reliable transportation. So that's, like I said, y'all, it is what it is here. Fifth thing is the faucet water is not drinkable, from what I've been told, because we have friends that are Kenyan back where we live, and they gave us like the breakdown of what not to do and what to do, and they specifically told us like, yo, D, do not drink the water. And I asked him again, I'm like, can I cook with the water? He's like, yeah, you can cook with the water, and you clean stuff with the water, but you don't drink the water. So we either have to boil our water, or we had to use like a bottled water for brushing our teeth. So that's just something that had to get adjusted to being here, because back home where we from, that's all we know. we can just brush our teeth, bam. So just having to do that is an inconvenience. And I know you can buy like little filters you can put on your like sinks and stuff like that. So that's something that we would look into doing. But and maybe we can drink the faucet water. I don't know. Maybe things change because our friends back home that are Kenyan been in the U.S. for a long time. So maybe the system got cleaner, or maybe they're doing something different. But he specifically told us do not drink the water. So just a little inconvenience. I just miss drinking. Not even drinking the water, just brushing my teeth, stuff like that. For us and the baby, it's just a little challenging, but it is what it is. We making it work. The other thing is house prices, and I don't even really have a big issue with the house prices because real estate is high. It's high back home. It's high here, but it seems like the prices here don't get you as much land as we feel like you should. I feel like in Rochester, not Rochester, in Africa, I would expect to get like a compound and have more land because we have the best weather in the world here. Like you can grow mango trees, avocado trees. So we want a nice sized compound so that we can have some land. And it seems like that's not really common here from the people that we spoke to, the agents that we talked to. It just seemed like finding land is, I don't know what it is. I guess maybe the government maybe just is allocating that land for apartments to they want more apartments being built to accommodate the people because there is a lot of people here. So maybe and this is kind of like New York City. So if you go to New York City, you will not find a house in New York City. You'll have to go out of the city. So I'm assuming that's how it is here, but we do see houses here. That's why it's a little confusing. We do see houses. I can't say I see many compounds because they're gated, so I can't tell what's a house and what's not. But I just feel like from what our research and people we spoke to, getting a compound is challenging if you want to be close to Nairobi. It seems like you have to be out in the suburbs, or if you go to certain suburbs like Karen, you can get a compound, but they're very, very expensive. And even just to buy the land is very expensive. So, that's what we're dealing with. So now on the number 7, and hopefully I'm keeping my numbers right, is the lack of vegan options. So me and my wife been vegan for at least 7-8 years, and in the U.S., and I'm trying not to make this a comparison video because that's not what this is, but we would just like to have seen more vegan options, more vegan restaurants. The locals, y'all love meat here, and it is what it is. We grew up on chicken and all that stuff, but we like to see more vegetarian options, more vegan options, just because that's, in our opinion, and how we live, that's a healthier way. We want to be able to live and be around for our kids and family and all that. So we want to eat as healthy as we can. And it seems like finding more healthier options, especially vegan options, is very challenging here. I think we found 2 vegan restaurants. I know there were a couple more, but I guess they closed. So that's just something that we would have liked to see more. And it's just not a thing. I think over time it'll pick up, just like it has in our city, and just a lot of places. It's just when the demand comes, then the businesses come and people start adding that to their menu. So maybe the demand isn't high enough here, but just would like to have seen that. So, so we need more vegan options here, y'all. There's money to be made, for real, for real. And the last thing I would say that we didn't like is just the lack of dishwashers and dryers, especially in like Airbnbs. Like we've been looking, before we came here, we were looking for Airbnbs for like months, just because there's so many of them too. But many of them didn't have a dryer, and I know that's just not a thing here. Like a lot of people hang dry their clothes, and the weather is good, so it makes sense. But also, just for us having a child, like we need clothes dried quicker because our baby has blowouts or whatever. She go to the bathroom, accidents happen. We need to be able to wash her clothes so that we can get her dressed, basically recycle her clothes so that she can have more clothes to wear. So we can't necessarily wait for something to air dry. Like we need it ready. ASAP. So that's an issue for us, is just the lack of dryers. Now the Airbnb we staying now did have a dryer, but it seems like it's just not common here, and maybe I think they are kind of expensive, so maybe that's the thing as well. Like maybe they're expensive, or maybe it's just saving energy. It can be that too. I'm honestly not sure, but the dryers, and I haven't seen that one dishwasher in any. We looked at houses to rent, to buy. We looked at several Airbnbs. I haven't seen any dishwashers. So, and I know a lot of people have Dadas. They have help here, so maybe that's why there's not many dryers and dishwashers. But I don't know. So either way, that's all I got for this video. Like I said, I love y'all. I love Kenya. Beautiful place, beautiful people. Just some of the things that we don't like, but it is what it is. It's been a great trip. We looked at some properties, so I'll show you guys videos of that, because I saw some of the most beautiful apartments that we're considering doing Airbnb. So because we're real estate investors, so we're always looking to invest and just come up with other ways to make passive income. So you guys can check out our course. It's in the link below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.